Hi, my name is Karyn Parsons, and I make books for kids. You might know some of my characters in my stories, characters like Ella, Henry, and Myrna. Today, I want to talk to you about one character in particular, Ella. Ella is the main character in my book, How High the Moon.
Tell us about your character.
Ella's 11 years old, and like me, she's grown up light-skinned in comparison to her mother, who's very brown. But unlike me, Ella doesn't know who her father is. I always did, and I knew that my father was white. Ella wasn't satisfied with the answers that the adults around her gave her about her father. They said that he had moved away to California, but they never did say if he was black like her mother or maybe white. See, Ella lives in South Carolina in the 1940s. The South was segregated at that time, with black folks and white folks living in different parts of town, going to different schools, doing everything separately. Black people weren't allowed to use the same facilities as white people. They had to go to the back of the bus, and they always had to let a white person go first, and they weren't treated fairly at all. Black people had very few rights, and it could even be very dangerous for a black person. It was very different from when I grew up, which was in Santa Monica, California in the 1970s. There was no segregation. A lot had changed. But see, my mother grew up in South Carolina in the 1940s, and so I decided I'd take a little of my mom's life as an 11-year-old girl and combine it with my growing up as an 11-year-old girl and see what I could come up with. Even though I based some of Ella's story on my life and on my mother's, so many parts of the book came to me completely unexpectedly. They sprung up out of my imagination while I was thinking of what life might have been like for Ella. And those surprises were especially fun. One of my favorite things about Ella is how tough she is. She has a temper, and that's nothing like me or my mother. But as I was writing, I found her standing up to bullies and even getting into a fight. And I have to say, I liked her feistiness. And I liked that she was able to learn from her actions.
What made you want to become a creator of books?
I love stepping into the shoes of someone else, of seeing what it might be like for them. I like to try to understand people that I don't know and what their world might be like. Surely I bring some of myself to my writing, but I find that writing helps me not only understand people better in my stories, but in real life too.
If you found a whale in your bathtub, what would you do?
If I found a whale in my bathtub, I would put the shower on at once, and then I would sing to it and stroke its head to keep it happy and calm, while I called animal services to have someone come and take it back to the ocean where it could be safe.